Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming to our MSBOA pre-festival concert with our 7th grade band and our high school concert band today. Yesterday, we had our 8th grade band and our high school symphonic band. So pre-festival is exactly that. It's before festival. So it's kind of a unique thing. This is more of like a snapshot as to where we are currently in preparation for our MSBOA District Band Festival, which is in 2 weeks, coming up on Wednesday, February 25th. And what Band Festival is it's the whole state. If any members are, or if any schools are part of the MSBOA organization, which we are, then we participate in the Band Festival, which takes place at the end of February around the state. Now, we're fortunate to be one of the host sites, so it's unique because the event is here, but it is a state-sanctioned MSBOA District Band Festival. So on that day, we'll have 3 judges here, and they're going to be listening to all of our groups, plus other groups that come here that day, and give us a rating and a grade on overall how well that we're prepared for our band festival this year. For Band Festival, everyone has to do 3 pieces. The first one is a march. So we're doing Valley Forge March with our 7th grade. And then the next one is a selected tune, means you can just pick whichever one that you think fits your ensemble that's of some kind of classical or programmatic nature. But then there's also a required list. So we're also having to pick off of a list of what would be appropriate for a 7th grade band of our size and perform one of those required ones. So up first is Valley Forge, which is our march. Then we're actually doing our selected tune second. It's called After the Rain. It's kind of a programmatic piece that feels like what it feels like after it rains, which someday we'll have some sunshine to be able to have some rain again like that. And then our last piece is Carpathia, which is a pretty aggressive but really fun tune that we've enjoyed playing that has a lot of challenges to it because it has like some slowdowns, some instant tempo changes, some things that actually for second-year players can be a little challenging, but they're doing so great at it, even with like all of the snow days that we've had. So after our performance, we'll go ahead and switch, and then the high school concert band will perform. But here we're going to debut our 7th grade band with our pre-festival performance. Thank you. Okay, how about one more round of applause for our 7th grade band? Band Festival is something that we start in 7th grade, so it's kind of our first year going ever as 7th grade band. We go in 8th grade and we go in high school all 4 years. So this is their first time participating in this Band Festival, which is very exciting. The day of it is open to spectators. The times are on your sheets. Because we're hosting the whole day, our times are at different times, and there's schools that go in between us as well. And then once we're done on the stage portion, then we go into our band room where they have sight reading, which is something that we've been recently starting to talk about. They're totally ready, but the idea of it I know can be nerve-wracking. We basically go in there, we get a piece of music we've never seen, and we have 5 minutes as a group to study it without playing anything at all, but just talking through it. And then once the time is up, we have to perform it. So it's kind of just reading our own music literacy skills and that portion, and seeing how well that we do in that type of event. So that is coming up here in about 2 weeks. Behind me, I have our high school concert band, which our high school is split into 2 bands at this time of the year. When you see them in marching season, it's one big band, but it would be way too cumbersome to have 150 people on stage for a band festival, so it's many schools divide their bands when they get to these kinds of sizes. So our high school concert band is made up of freshmen and then some sophomores and juniors, whereas our symphonic band has all the seniors, but also some sophomores and juniors in that. So that's kind of how we divide those groups. We are playing Spirit of Liberty, which is our march, one of those required pieces that we have to do. Our selected tune is called Industria, so it's kind of like giving you the scene of some kind of mechanical industrial park era. We have a lot of percussion in that one, so kind of by design, we try and design pick some music that has a lot of percussion in it when we have so many in our band here. And then our required piece is actually off of the B list, so that's about 2 grades higher than what we're required to select off of, and it's called American River Songs. Very Appalachia, has 3 different kinds of folk tunes in it, which is like kind of been our big piece that we're going to continue to stylize and bring to life over the next 2 weeks. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Piersma, who's going to be conducting Spirit of Liberty. Thank you for coming out tonight. We hope to see you in 2 weeks on our festival on that day, and we appreciate you coming out. Have a great night.